Stop. Before you skip this video, I need you to do one thing. Think back to the last time something felt off in your relationship. Not a fight, not a big argument, just a feeling like the woman you loved was slowly becoming a stranger. And every time you tried to talk about it, somehow you ended up being the problem. If that's ever happened to you, stay right here. Because what I'm about to share in the next few minutes could save you years of confusion, self-doubt, and quiet heartbreak. In this video, I'm going to break down 4 specific lies, psychological patterns, really, that most women use before they emotionally check out of a relationship. And I'm going to show you exactly how to spot them. Not by what she says, but by what she does. Now look, I'll be direct with you. This isn't about hating women. This isn't about paranoia. This is about clarity. Because the men who get blindsided the hardest, they're not weak men. They're good men. Men who trusted. Men who believed. Men who gave everything. And that's exactly why they didn't see it coming. But here's the thing, and I want you to hold on to this until the end of the video. There is one single rule that will protect you from all 4 of these lies. One move. Not 2, not 10. 1. And I'll give it to you before this video ends. But first, you need to understand the lies themselves. I'm a psychologist and relationship coach. I've spent years sitting across from men, good men, successful men who came to me shattered. Not because they were controlling, not because they were bad partners, but because they missed the pattern. And the painful part, every single one of them said the same thing afterward. The signs were there. I just didn't know what I was looking at. Men, that's exactly what this channel is built for. So, if you're new here, welcome. Hit that subscribe button right now, because every week I put out content that most people in this space are too afraid to say out loud. And if you're already part of this community, you already know what we're about. Now, let's talk about the lies. Before we get into each lie, I want you to understand something critical. These 4 lies don't show up randomly. They follow a sequence. They start subtly, almost innocent, and then they escalate. Each one layering on top of the last until the man in the relationship is so confused, so gaslit, so deep inside her frame that by the time the truth comes out, he's already lost months, sometimes years. And the worst part? He'll blame himself because she made sure of that. So, I want you to watch this entire video, not just for the lies, but for the sequence. Because understanding the order they come in is just as important as understanding what they mean. Stay with me. This is where it gets real. All right, you've been patient and I respect that. Because what I'm about to share, this is the part most videos skip entirely. The part that actually changes how you see relationships. 4 minutes in and we're going in. Lie number 1. I just haven't been in the mood lately. Men, let me be brutally honest with you right now. This is the most common lie a woman tells before she crosses the line, and it works on most of you because it sounds so reasonable. Everyone gets tired, work piles up, stress builds, life gets heavy. You hear it, and your instincts tell you, be understanding, give her space, don't pressure her. You think you're being a good partner, but here's the truth that most women will never tell you. When she truly loves you, stress doesn't push her away, it pulls her closer. When she's exhausted after a long week, she still wants your arms around her. Maybe not passion every single night, but closeness, comfort, safety, the feeling of her man. Real love doesn't shut down physical connection. It seeks it even in exhaustion. So, when she suddenly has zero interest in touching you, no spark, no closeness, not for a week, not for a month, when she flinches at your hand on her back, when casual affection feels like a burden to her, that is not stress. That is redirection. Pause. Her body didn't stop wanting intimacy, it stopped wanting intimacy with you. And here's the cruel psychology behind it. When a woman begins investing emotionally in another man, her body reacts. Intimacy with you starts to feel like a betrayal, not of you, but of him. The new man becomes her emotional center, and suddenly you are the obstacle. Touching you feels wrong, uncomfortable, even repulsive to her. She's not tired, men. She's protecting a bond she's secretly building somewhere else. Let me make this real for you with a story. David, 41 years old, financial analyst, came to me completely devastated. His girlfriend of 3 years had been pulling away for months. Every time he reached for her, she said the same thing. I'm just not in the mood. Work has me drained. And David believed her because it made sense. Long hours, deadlines, pressure. But then he started noticing something that didn't add up. She was at the gym every morning at 6 a.m., something she hadn't done in years. New wardrobe, tight dresses, expensive makeup. Her Instagram was full of confident selfies. But in private, she wouldn't even hold his hand. That's when David realized the painful truth. She wasn't out of the mood, she was out of the mood with him. And men, here's what I need you to hold on to, because this connects directly to line number 2. And when you see how they work together, it will change everything. But first, at that contrast I just described, her mouth says, "I'm tired." Her actions say, "I'm alive again, just not for you." That contrast is your answer. Watch for it. And real quick, if this is already hitting different for you, if you're nodding your head right now, hit that subscribe button because I do this every single week. And the next video in this series is going to go even deeper into the psychological patterns behind female behavior in relationships. You don't want to miss it. All right, back to it. Lie number 2. I just want to focus on myself right now. At first, this sounds like the most evolved thing a partner could say. And honestly, you probably even feel proud when you hear it. Finally, she's doing the inner work. She's growing. This is good for both of us. And men, I want to be fair here. Sometimes that's exactly what it is. Real growth, real healing, and it's beautiful when it's genuine. But here's the difference, and this is critical. When a woman truly wants to grow inside a healthy relationship, she includes you in that process. She shares what she's learning. She talks about boundaries and then asks about yours. She reads a book on attachment styles and says, "Hey, let's talk about how this applies to us." Real growth in love is collaborative. It pulls a couple closer. But when she wants to focus on herself in total isolation, when every effort you make to be part of her journey is met with resistance, when your presence is treated like an obstacle to her growth, that is not self-care. That is self-separation. It's her building a version of herself, one that no longer includes you, so that when she eventually steps out emotionally or physically, she can tell herself, "I just outgrew him." And here's the part that will make your blood run cold. She'll make you feel guilty for wanting to be included. She'll call you controlling. She'll say you're unsupportive. She'll accuse you of holding her back. She takes your natural desire to stay connected and reframes it as proof that you don't respect her independence. Men, she has weaponized self-growth against you. Chris, 46 years old, runs an auto repair shop, came to me with this exact story. His girlfriend started talking about healing her inner child, finding her authentic self. Chris supported it completely. He even paid for weekend workshops she wanted to attend. But then he noticed a shift. Every workshop was for her only. Every journaling session was private. She had nothing to share. When Chris suggested reading one of the same books so they could talk about it together, she snapped. "This is my journey, not ours." And every time Chris asked about what she was learning, she accused him of suffocating her growth. Meanwhile, her self-focus included going out of town more often, late nights at events he wasn't invited to, hours online with new friends he'd never met. Chris realized the truth. She wasn't healing her relationship with him. She was creating the emotional distance she needed to justify leaving him. Men, the question is simple. Does her growth bring you closer or push you out? Does she include you in her discoveries, or does every step she takes require you to disappear? Real growth makes love stronger. Fake growth makes betrayal easier. And remember, I told you these lies follow a sequence because lie number 3 is where it gets dangerous in a completely different way. It's the one that makes you the villain. Lie number 3, you're being too controlling. This one is the most psychologically dangerous of all 4 because it doesn't just deflect her behavior, it rewires your mind. Here's how it works. You ask a perfectly reasonable question. Where were you last night? Who were you texting during dinner? Normal questions, the kind any caring partner would ask. And instead of answering, she attacks. Suddenly, the issue isn't her behavior. It's your insecurity, your supposed toxicity, your controlling nature. Men, listen to me very carefully. When a woman has nothing to hide, her instinctive response to questions is clarity, not combat. She explains, she reassures, she gives you details without you even needing to press. Transparency feels natural when you're telling the truth. But when she's keeping secrets, every question feels like an interrogation. Every answer risks exposure, so she doesn't answer, she attacks. Mark, 54 years old, restaurant manager, told me about this exact moment. One night, he noticed his girlfriend texting, hiding her phone screen. He asked casually, no anger, no accusation, "Who's messaging you this late?" Her response, she exploded. "Why are you always checking on me? You're so possessive. I can't breathe with you. You're insecure. You're controlling. You're toxic." Within minutes, Mark was apologizing for asking a simple question. Later, he found out she had been building a relationship with a co-worker, the exact man she was texting that night. The explosion wasn't emotional. It was calculated. Men, if you're watching this and feeling that gut punch of recognition, subscribe right now. Share this video with a brother who needs to hear it, because this kind of clarity, you don't get it most places, and I put it out every single week. Now, let's keep going, because line number 4 is the most sophisticated one of all. Here's what makes line number 3 so destructive over time. She doesn't just deflect once, she conditions you. Over weeks, over months, you stop asking questions. You tell yourself, I don't want to seem insecure. Maybe I am too controlling. And that right there is exactly what she wants. For you to silence your own instincts while she continues unchecked. Men, your questions are not the problem. Her secrets are the problem. Don't forget that. Line number 4, I just want us to be honest with each other. On the surface, this one sounds like everything you've ever wanted. Finally, transparency, real communication. You hear it and you think this could fix everything. But men, hear me on this. She's not asking for honesty. She is setting the stage for selective honesty. And that means she gets to dig deep into your life, your past, your vulnerabilities, your fears, while carefully curating, controlling exactly what she reveals about hers. It looks like openness, but it is control. After this announcement of radical honesty, she suddenly becomes curious about everything. Your childhood wounds, your regrets, your insecurities, women you've ever dated, and you open up because you think this is what real intimacy looks like. But when you flip it back, when you ask about the new male co-worker, when you ask why she's been distant, when you ask why she hides her phone, the tone shifts. I thought we agreed not to be controlling. Why can't you just trust me? I'm telling you so much and you still want more? She uses your own desire for honesty against you. Tom, 50 years old, insurance agent, told me his story. His girlfriend wanted to know everything about him, his first heartbreak, his fears about getting older, embarrassing mistakes from his past, and Tom opened up because she made it feel like intimacy. But whenever he asked even simple questions, "Who were you with after work? Can I see the messages that upset you?" she would dodge, deflect, accuse. "You're too suspicious. Why can't you trust me? I share so much and it's still not enough for you." And while Tom was baring his soul, she was hiding the one thing that mattered most, her growing emotional connection with another man. Men, this is the cruel genius of selective honesty. It gives you just enough truth to keep you calm while hiding the truth that would set off every alarm in your body. It feeds you scraps of transparency so you feel guilty for asking for a full meal. Real honesty is mutual. It flows naturally in both directions. It doesn't feel like pulling teeth. It doesn't make you feel guilty for asking. If she's open about things that make her look good, but shuts down when questions cut close to her behavior, that's not vulnerability, that's strategy. Now, I told you at the beginning of this video, there is one thing you must do when you hear any of these 4 lies. Not argue, not chase, do not demand answers. Because when you argue, you look insecure. When you chase, you feed her excuses. And when you debate her words, she's already proving her actions somewhere else. So, here it is, the golden rule. Don't argue, don't chase, just observe, because actions never lie. When she says, "I'm not in the mood," don't fight her on it. Watch instead. Does she still seek closeness in small ways, or has she withdrawn completely while investing in her appearance for everyone else? That contrast tells you everything. When she says, "I want to focus on myself," don't beg, observe. Does her growth bring you closer, Or does it require you to disappear? When she says, "You're too controlling," don't get defensive. Ask yourself, was my question unreasonable, or was it basic? The type any healthy partner would ask. If it was the latter and she still attacked you, that's not about your behavior, that's about her exposure. When she says, "I want us to be honest," don't get swept up in the promise. Watch if honesty flows both ways, or if you're the only one in the interrogation chair while she curates what she shares. And men, here is the most important thing I will say in this entire video. Trust your gut. Your intuition is not paranoia, it is data. Your subconscious is noticing shifts in her tone, her energy, her eyes. The way she laughs is a little different. The way she holds her phone is just a little tighter. Things your conscious mind hasn't caught up with yet. When everything she says sounds logical, but your chest feels heavy, trust your chest. That is your radar, and it's screaming at you for a reason. Let's bring this home. We just walked through 4 of the most psychologically precise lies women tell before they check out of a relationship. Lie number 1, "I'm not in the mood." That's not about stress. It's about her desire shifting away from you. Lie number 2, "I want to focus on myself." That's not self-growth. It's strategic distancing dressed up as personal development. Lie number 3, "You're too controlling." That's not your insecurity. It's her deflection, turning your basic questions into an attack on your character. Lie number 4, "I want us to be honest." That's not transparency. It's selective honesty designed to give you scraps while she hides the truth that matters most. And if you only remember one thing from this video, let it be this. The right woman will never make you feel like a detective in your own relationship. She won't make you question your sanity for wanting closeness. She won't punish you for asking basic questions. She won't hide behind the language of growth, honesty, or boundaries while keeping you in the dark. She will make love easy to see, not impossible to prove. And your power, men, your real power, is not in arguing. It's not in chasing. It's in watching, in trusting your gut, in walking away calmly, confidently when her actions speak louder than every word she says. That's how you protect your time, your heart, your sanity. So, here's what I need from you right now. If this video gave you clarity, hit that like button right now so other men wake up, too. Subscribe because every single day I come back here with the truths most people in this space will never say out loud. Drop a comment. Tell me what city you're watching from. We are all fighting the same battles and you are not alone in this. Share this with a brother who needs to hear it because manipulation thrives in silence and truth spreads when men like you speak it, share it, and live it. Stay awake, stay sharp, and never ever let anyone convince you that confusion is love.